well that the fentanyl excuse to stop the alleged fentanyl trade into the United States is used by Trump to mobilize for war against Venezuela, where China is the largest of them international investors. If China and Russia let the US make a regime change, just kill President Maduro and destroy the Venezuelan government and replace it with Mrs. Machado or something else, what's the credibility of the two of the three powers in BRICS to assist anyone, even themselves? That's the paper tiger aspect. If it's the case that neither China nor Russia can deter, nor BRICS, Brazil, India, and the others, Iran, can deter the United States from invading Venezuela and destroying its sovereign government, if they can't, then BRICS is a paper tiger too.
Just kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
Just interesting, all the little things that could be a part of it, right? Because it does just seem kind of confusing. Like, most people could not pick out where Venezuela is on a map, right?
Yeah.
Most of us had never even thought of Maduro or heard of him before, probably within the past month, right? Unless you, like, I mean, he's had a very interesting story. He's like coming up as a bus driver and being like a man of the people and everything, but then seemingly getting compromised and like overwhelmed by wealth and power over time. And then like a lot of his influences and stuff were very like socialist influencers and stuff like that. And so, but like also to your point, like imagine, when you're saying so many people couldn't have, picked Venezuela out on a map or something like that. I mean, if you just think, right, so I was here a year ago with you. How drastically different things are just a year ago. I mean, like a year ago, Donald Trump had his highest approval ratings that he's ever had. He was the greatest political comeback story in American history. Just something that was totally like, it was amazing the way he not only came back from, like, say, where he was right after January 6th, when the question was whether he's going to go to jail and going through all the trials and getting shot, and then to not only come back and win the popular vote and win every swing state, but he won the culture. He won the youth. Yeah.
It would have been like, it would have seemed impossible just a few years earlier.
Black kids were calling him daddy.
Literally, black kids. John Jones is doing the Trump dance at Madison Square Garden. Yeah. I think we were both there that night. And just a crazy thing, right? And now, he's totally like divided his base. There's an infight in the Republic, all this stuff. But anyway, so a year ago, when people were so excited about Donald Trump coming in, you never met one Trump supporter in your life who went, now we're going to get regime change in Venezuela.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited that Donald Trump's here. I mean, people wanted no new wars. They wanted the border secure. They wanted the economy turned around. They wanted inflation dealt with. Nothing. There was no demand from Trump's base. And so this is like one more example of Donald Trump just siding with the war hawks over his own people. Yeah. And one of the things that really, I find it like to be so, it's such a like an intolerable humiliation of Donald Trump supporters is that all these guys, the war hawks, Marco Rubio, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, like go down the list, all of them, Ted Cruz, every last one of them, they were the never Trumpers. Like, I don't know if maybe some people just weren't paying attention to politics as long as I've been. They were the never Trumpers. Anyone but Donald Trump. They ran a front page cover of National Review saying never Trump. Anyone but Donald Trump. All of them. Ben Shapiro said on issues of, because it's a matter of principle, I will never vote for Donald Trump. He said he would hold his nose and allow Hillary Clinton to be elected president before he sent his, at the time, massive audience to support Donald Trump. And now Donald Trump turns around and makes little Marco his national security advisor.
Remember how he embarrassed him in the debates?
Yep. And he called him little Marco. He used to tear him apart. And you know what he used to say? Man, dude, I hope I'm getting this right. I believe there's a tweet, you could probably find it, where Donald Trump said something like, Sheldon Adelson will be able to control little Marco. And that's why you can't let him be president.
And that's the guy, the lady's husband?
Yeah, he died, but Miriam Adelson is still alive. And they're his biggest donors. They've given him like hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah. And that's, I don't even think that, like if you counted the money for his first run, his second run, and the midterms, they're probably close to $1 billion that they've given.
Look at this tweet right there. Sheldon Adelson is looking